Tiger Sports is starting up, and we're excited with all the sports that are beginning. We've got Alamogordo Tiger Soccer in studio today, joined by new head coach Andres Montoya. Coach, how are you?
I'm great. How are you?
Fantastic. You want to introduce this? We were deciding what to call them, Fab Five, Furious Five. I'm not sure, but you've got five guys here.
I mean, some best friends have been playing together for a very, very long time, obviously. Brett Money, you go two-way, you know, football star over here. Money, yes. Lucas Birch. All these guys are seniors, by the way. So Lucas Birch over here. David Jerry Riordan, depending on the name we call him every day of the week, something different. Bryson Kangas and Ezra Cadwallader.
All right, guys, doing okay today? Good?
Yeah.
Yes. All right, that's what we like to hear. Well, Coach Montoya, obviously everybody, I think, knows who you are. You've been involved with either youth soccer or the varsity team as an assistant coach or as an official not that long ago as well. So certainly not a new face, but a new role this year. How excited are you to get started with this group?
I'm very excited. We have a great senior class. We've got a lot of great underclassmen who've come back and done some great summer workouts with us and have a lot of passion for the game and for this program. So, you know, we're moving in the right direction. I've got a great coaching staff. Brought on Eric Hoppus, who was a long-time travel team coach, and of course Jim Darnold, who was the JV coach last year, has moved into the assistant role. So fantastic staff, fantastic kids. It's going to be a great year. We're going to surprise some people.
Yeah, and it's definitely going to be a little bit of a turnaround. You guys had a huge senior class last year that graduated, but you got a lot of guys with experience, a lot of guys that experience played on the state title team a couple years ago. So, you know, there's still a lot of that involved with this team this year.
That's right. All five of these guys in here are state champions, so they know what it takes. They know what is needed to get to that level and make another run at it, and we definitely have some talent. Even on JV this year, we are going to surprise a lot of people.
All right. Brett, you know, first off, how's the knee feeling? Are you feeling confident and strong going into the season?
Yes, sir. I'm 100% back. So had a big summer going and just feeling really good.
That's got to feel good. I know you've been kind of on and off dealing with injuries for the last couple of years. To feel 100% healthy, does that feel really good for you?
Yes, sir. It's definitely a new feeling for me. So.
Well, you know, to be a senior and to be, you know, a leader with this group, is that a role you're excited to fill with this team?
Yes, sir. Of course. I want to pass on the legacy of our soccer program to these younger guys, and hopefully they'll fulfill our shoes and just carry on the legacy.
All right. Very good. Well, Lucas, it's really hard to believe that you're a senior, man. I mean, we've seen you out there since 8th grade year, right?
Yes, sir.
Is it hard for you to believe that this is going to be your senior season?
Yeah, I've been dreading this moment for a while, honestly, but I'm excited, especially because to close that age gap and to finally be playing against kids like my own age, I think it's going to be a hell of a year.
Yeah, and just to, you know, and fit in that role as well. I mean, you've kind of been, whether it's a big senior group or 2 years ago, you know, now you stepping into that role as a leader. I think you've been that for a couple years anyway, but as a senior, do you feel a little bit more this year?
Most definitely, yes, sir. Obviously, we don't have that many seniors. We still have a good amount, but I think our age is definitely going to play a big role in how we lead on the field.
All right.
Kids.
He's lying to you. There's 9 seniors on this roster. 9
There's
seniors.
nine new seniors on this roster? Okay, there you go. But exactly, there's a lot of guys that have been involved in the program for a lot of years and are getting an opportunity to get to the varsity level, right,
Absolutely.
Coach? Yeah. All right, so are we going with David or Jerry today?
Doesn't matter.
Doesn't matter? Okay.
Just like always.
See? Depends on the day of the week.
All right. I'll go with David. How about that?
Right.
You know, David, you're going to get a little bit more time at the varsity level. You got to see a little bit more last year. Sounds like coaches are going to expect a little bit more out of this year. Excited about that?
Yeah. As a center defensive midfielder, we're going to be running a lot more, and a lot of the plays are going to come from us in the back. So it's going to be a lot of running and a lot harder than it's been in the past few years.
So, and you know, that's something that I talked to Coach about with, you know, off air, but, you know, definitely a change in style a little bit this year. You guys excited to work in that little bit of different system this season?
Yeah, because I used to play on the back line, so being in the midfield is a little bit more different for me. So it's just going to be one of those things where the team's going to have to work together in order to make this play work the way it needs to.
All right. Got Bryson over here as well. Bryson coming out of, and you're going to be on the defensive side again this year, or are you going to be in the midfield?
I'm actually going to be on the wing this year.
You're going to be on the wing?
Wide.
Okay. So that's a pretty decent change for you, right?
Yeah, I get to use my speed a little more, hopefully, and make those attacking plays, maybe score a couple goals this year.
All right. So is that what has you most excited to get to be a little more of an offensive player this year?
Yeah, definitely. I definitely want to get up there and get some assists, get some goals, maybe get some stats.
All right. I have to say, over the last couple years, there's probably been a battle for it, but I think Ezra's probably the most intense guy that we see out there for Tiger soccer for sure. Would the rest of you guys agree with that?
Yeah.
Yes. Okay. But Ezra, I think you take that with pride that you're intense out there, that you're really working hard for the team. Is that something that you
Yeah, I expect it from myself, to, play at that level and kind of, fight every play and every possession to, make those tackles and be out there and give it my all.
And is kind of a leading by example sort of thing in that you're, trying to have the defense have that mentality, that same kind of mentality as you?
Yeah, kind of that mentality that, no one goes through us and we're the best out there, and that, take pride in that.
All right. And I know, Coach, a little bit more control on that is obviously something you're looking for from Ezra as well this year. Right?
Absolutely. He's going to be a leader on this team, and these younger guys are looking to him to stay on the field every minute, right? He's going to be the backbone of our defense, and it shows. All through the 5 weeks of preseason, he's been a leader on and off the field, encouraging these kids and really showing what it takes to be a varsity athlete.
Yeah. So we got this group in here. Obviously, we're going to see some newer names out there on the pitch. Would that be fair to say we'll see some new names we haven't seen previously?
We don't have too many. I actually expected a transfer class from Holloman this year. We got one kid who came in from San Antonio, but we'll see a lot of JV faces who made it up.
Yeah.
We took a few less, so we're going to see some bubble kids who are going to play both ways. And that's good because they're going to get a lot of minutes. They're going to get the experience that they need on the varsity level, so they're ready to go. Because, like I said, a big senior class, which probably wasn't what everybody expected. We are definitely going to miss these guys next season, but I keep telling them, we're going to make a run. We are going to surprise some people, especially in a tough district, the toughest one in the state by far. I think all the coaches before me have said the exact same thing.
Yeah.
But anybody who knows, Cruces, Mayfield, Oñate, all of them are Gadsden. We don't talk about the massacre, but these guys are here to defend it. They're gonna go out on top as seniors and definitely surprise some people as we make a run to state.
All right, that's what we like to hear. They mentioned a little bit, but the change in a little bit of style this year, or at least the formation you guys are going to play. It's going to look a little bit different for Tiger soccer fans that have watched over the last couple of years. This will look a little bit different.
So everyone in this room here was pretty defensive in the past couple of years, right? So we have to spread the love. They've grown. They've evolved into different positions. Obviously, Bryson's pretty pumped about that. I definitely have Lucas playing on the 10 for us this season. In the past, we had some, as Coach Lee would call them, stallions, those guys who were just workhorses and would run up and down the field. They could lob the ball. That was Brett's deal. He'd get the ball and lob it over the top, and they'd go put it in the net. We are definitely changing that style. We're going to work on playing out of the backfield, playing it short, and working it up the field, up the middle, and that's where these guys are going to play critical roles. Lucas and Jerry down there holding up the midfield as we work that ball towards the goal. And, the benefit of that is we're not going to have one person who puts in 10, 20 goals, whatever the number may be. Everyone on this system is gonna put something in the net and contribute here.
And that's a little bit due to personnel as well. Obviously, you guys are having to change it up just based on the guys that you got on the field, right?
Absolutely. Change the style of play and then expose these guys to something else that maybe they haven't had in the past. And I'd really hope that they can carry this on to the next level.
Right. Brett, where are you feeling most comfortable in your game heading into the season, you personally? I mean, you feel like this is the best that you've been heading into a year?
I definitely think the whole team there as a whole, we're in really good shape right now. So I definitely think we're one of the most in shape teams in the state. So I think the style we play, we definitely have to run a lot more. So I think that's going to play to our advantage, and all the teams are going to get way more tired way earlier in the game than we are. So we should be able to play to that advantage and score a lot more goals.
All right, Lucas, you feel like it's conditioning? Do you feel like there's something else in your game personally that you feel like you're better at heading into the season?
Yeah, I agree with Brett that our conditioning, I think, is really going to give us an edge on the field against every team that we play. However, I like the style of play that Coach Andres is bringing forward. The more tactical style of play, moving the ball up the field rather than just lobbing it over the top. I think we have great talent from the back all the way to the top, and I think we're able to move the ball very well and create a lot of scoring opportunities.
All right, David, what's the best thing about playing with this group of guys? I mean, what is it? The chemistry that y'all have, and what do you feel like stands out with? I'm sure you played on a lot of teams. What stands out with this group?
Yeah, I would definitely say the chemistry, because we've played together since we were little kids. Whenever our parents would be the only ones out there. I mean, it's still like that sometimes, but
some of those road games, it's the parents that are out there making the long trips. Yeah,
especially when it rains, right?
Yeah, but It definitely helps. A lot of us, we know where we're going to be at. We know we're going to be helping each other. So it helps. It eases you a little bit so you're not stressed out as much. It helps with your passing, just knowing where each other's at, and the talking is very well. We just hope that we can pass it on to the ones that are coming up, the younger ones.
All right. Bryson, I mean, playing with you, is it the same that you played with this group of guys for a long time?
Yeah, we've been playing since, I was in second grade when I first moved here and started playing with them, so it's probably been even longer with these guys together, too. So
does it make it extra special? Does it make you want to, make this season last as long as you can because it is this group of guys?
Yeah, exactly like that. I just want to keep it going, really. I don't want it to end just yet, so hopefully we got a good run.
All right. Well, that's what we'd like to see. Ezra, I mean, what's special about this group of guys? For those that sit on the outside, we watch you play, but I mean, maybe tell us something. What's special about this team?
Well, I mean, we've been playing together for forever. We've gone to the same high school, been to the same classes. They're really kind of my family at this point. It's like, from August to November, we spend basically all the time together, and it's just, you're not going to find a group of guys like this and that are so close as we've become.
Yeah. Coach, I mean, that's something you're going to count on, is that these guys, their ability to kind of not just, be friends off the field, but on the field, being able to kind of read each other and know what they need to do out there.
And, don't let them kid you. You find one at Walmart, the other four are right around the other aisle. I mean, it's pretty crazy. These guys spend more than just August to November together. It's literally 365 days a year. They eat, sleep, breathe soccer. We were doing 2 days this summer, and then they go to Cruces and play a 10 o'clock game over there in the futsal league. So, where they find the time and the energy, and these guys are amazing as seniors. To go play late, they'd get home 1 a.m, and they were at 6 a.m. Workouts the next day every time with not a complaint on the breath. Every day. They were the true standard as what it means to be a Tiger and what it means to be a part of this program. And I think a lot of these younger guys really look up to them. So, when we had tryouts the other night, I asked all these seniors, I said, what do you want to be remembered for? How do you want to remember this year? And how do you want to be remembered? And I think we're on the right track. We're pretty excited, too. We're going back to Steinhoff. We're going to be on the lower field. The school has spent a lot of time resurrecting some of the damage that was done in the past. We did give it a whole year off, and we stepped back out on the grass yesterday. We've been on Tiger Stadium for the past 5 weeks, so we've been very spoiled with the turf.
Yeah.
And you can ask some of these guys. It was difficult. It was difficult to go back and play in grass. But the beauty of being on both is a lot of the teams we play in District Deming, Gadsden are on turf now. We've got some northern teams who are on turf. When we go to Los Alamos at the end of the month for Labor Day weekend, we'll be up there playing on turf. So we have to be able to do both. The ball, obviously the pace is a lot faster, and then when we go to grass, these guys have to adjust. All of our Cruces games are on grass, right? Yeah. And they call it a dream.
There you go. Well, Ezra, and I've always felt like Reiner's been a little bit of an advantage for you guys because, at the top field, sometimes there's been some areas that you'd have to try to avoid or, that maybe the visiting players didn't know about. I mean, I feel like it's a pretty decent home field advantage. Have you felt that way?
Yeah. You definitely see some guys, it catches them by surprise. The ball will bounce up and they'll miss it, or they'll be dribbling and it'll go roll out of bounds. You definitely... Playing on there all the time, you get used to it, but you see other guys try and come up, and it's just, they don't like it at all.
Yeah. Bryson, I mean, you feel like, has it ever given you advantage, or is it the same kind of challenge for the other side?
It's definitely a challenge both ways, but after you get to know it for so long, it kind of does start to help you out a little bit, too.
Yeah. David, I mean, I think the other thing is cool is how much improvements they've done over there. The entrance that they've put in and the new covers over the stands. The investment that we've seen in soccer in this community, it's got to be cool for you guys to see when you get out there, right?
Yeah, it's definitely different than it used to be because whenever I was in 8th grade, first coming onto the field, half of it was, I would say, almost like dirt or sand. So seeing it now, just completely green, all grass, and the bleachers with the covers, it's quite amazing to see how far we've come, especially after the state getting the funding that we've needed.
Yeah.
So.
Lucas, I mean, do you feel the same when you see the changes that have been made? And I think also just the overall support we've seen for Tiger Soccer over the last few years. It's really got to feel special for you guys when you get out there on the field.
Yes, sir, most definitely, because back whenever I was in 6th grade, I'd even come out for workouts when Coach Atkinson was still ahead of the program, and we didn't see as much love from the state, the school, and I think after developing the program a little more. We've seen a lot more love towards the program as far as fans go and funding, and it's crazy to see where the complex and the team has come together.
Yeah. And Brett, I mean, you touched on it a little bit earlier, but wanting to keep that legacy going, you guys want to be a part of keeping that going and also instill it in the juniors and the underclassmen. Is that a huge thing for you guys as we go forward?
Oh, for sure. It's definitely the top thing, I think, on all of our lists is we don't want us to be forgotten. We want the soccer program to constantly getting fans and not become to where we came from where we first started. So.
Yeah, it's a great story what we've seen boys soccer do over the last 4 or 5 years, going from a program I think it was a 1 or 0 win program to a state champion and trying to keep that level. So, Coach, I know that's a big. I mean, that's a challenge. Obviously, as a coach, you want to try to keep that at a high level.
It's completely come full circle. It's been a huge blessing for me to be a part of it and get to know these kids. I mean, they are some fantastic young men, and they're going to do fantastic things in life. It is sad to me that these are the last remnants of that state team, but like I said, they're here to write their own story. They're going to do their own thing this year, and they're really going to I keep saying surprise people, man. We did this year is my 3rd year coaching or being on staff. We did 5 scrimmages preseason. We went to a camp in El Paso with the Locomotives, and these guys shocked and awe. I think there was a lot of teams, especially when we got to take on Oñate, they didn't know what to do. There was a point where it got so heated I pulled all the starters off the field or all the older guys off, and we let the younger JV players get some minutes, and it completely changed the dynamic of the game. So our new formation, some great heart characteristics, the determination that these young men have is really going to surprise a lot of people. That's my word this year, surprise.
All right, well, we're looking forward to a great year of soccer, the Soccerplex, both the guys and the ladies, and wish you the best luck this season. Good luck, guys.
Thank you.
Thank you.